This tutorial will create a character which is downloaded from Sketchfab, and we'll rig it in Mixamo, add some animations from Mixamo only, and have them performed on the character as you can see here. So like it can move, it can sprint. So we can start by downloading some model. This is something that I created. You can obviously download some better models. So I'll go with this. The model is downloaded, you can extract it somewhere. So we'll go with this and we'll open up Blender. So in Blender we'll just import that model. This might look a bit complex, but it's just because of the Sketchfab stuff. With the whole hierarchy. That looks good. And I deleted the whole hierarchy because this was already rigged model, and we'll start from scratch for rigging. We'll just rig the whole thing in Mixamo. Now we can just export the whole thing as a FBX because it is a bit easier. Just have this in here only. And then we can go to Mixamo. I have opened up the Mixamo website. I'll upload my character. And we can do a very basic rigging part. So we'll just add the chain. Just the outpost. Add the news part and run. You can basically reference this thing. After that, we got this mesh rigged. So we can search for some animations. I will do the idle, walk, and running animations. So for idle, I think this one looks fine. So yeah, we can download and without skin. We are going to move the character through scripts, so the in-place thing is much more preferred. You would also need a T2, like you can download a skin mesh or like a running or something, but I prefer to use it this way. And with this we'll download it with skin. Now we can create a blank project. Just name it character controller. As always, we'll create some new scenes. So go folder, name it custom, and create a hero folder for maps. Save this. Some maps, new map, that is fine. And the project settings, set the new map as default. So now we can create another folder for that, meshes, and one more for animations. So I'll create another folder for a particular mesh that I saw here, and then animations too. So we'll first import the character. So this defaults with our new character. And in the settings, we'll take the skeletal mesh, import meshes, create new materials and all. And there should be no skeleton selected because we are having our own custom skeleton that is coming from Mixamo. So just click import and you'll get all of these. And now we can go to animations. And again we'll import the animations part. And we'll check the skeleton here because these animations are mapped to that particular skeleton, and mostly all the settings work fine. So just click on import all, and we can check if the animations are working fine. So this looks good, running also looks good, and working also looks good. So we can first of all save the whole thing. Now we can start with creating blueprints. We'll create a character. Name ABP underscore shorter. And we'll start with defining mesh properties. And we'll use that word find minus 90 and 90 minus 90. We can compile, and we have our basic character ready. Now one thing that we can do is first of all we can add materials also. So and name it materials. There should be a custom button. So in these materials we'll drag the whole meshes materials that we have. I mostly like to use material instances, but for this tutorial I'll just use these. So I'll again create a folder for textures and import all of these. This is basically saying that it found some normal maps and relate the content to normal, so that is fine. And we go back to textures, go to body, and we'll create a texture. And in this texture, we'll select the body and go here. And then we'll duplicate this, add to normal, and it should be a body normal. Whatever other maps we are having, metallic. So in metallic, we'll add it to metallic. And the last one would be the plus. With all these selected, I'll save and apply. Same with the clothes part. So I'll just copy paste this. Copy. And we just need to change the references. Body below, clothes metallic, clothes reference should be all below goes here. This is roughness, so roughness goes here. This is metallic, it goes here, and the below. And this would be our normal, so I go with the normal. And we also have a unsafe map in this, so this would be nice. You can customize it to your particular character, I think. So we'll again save this. And we'll open the character. And you can see now the things are looking much better. The animation I can increase it a bit. So let's make it 41. So first compile, and for this character we need a animation blueprint. So we'll create an animation blueprint in animations. Right click, animation blueprint, skeleton blueprint only. We'll give people this shorter. And also for animation we will be using the blend shape. I'll name it BS underscore formula, and I'll open this up, and we'll map the horizontal values with you can have selected these things, but now it just now its speed, and max goes to I guess 600 is fine. We'll just name it 100, and running goes at the last. And idle. So idle would be C4, that is fine. This would be C4, and this would be 900, that is fine. So this is done, and go to import all these. So I can save. Now you can select the ABP shoulder, and in this we can add our custom created bloom relationship and add it here. You can use cache posts and all, but I don't feel that is important in this one. So what we'll do in the begin play, we'll add the reference to the character. So to PP underscore for get the character component, character movement component, and in this we get velocity. In this velocity we'll get the magnitude length, and we have to do this on the update. So I'll just have a reference, I'll make it a variable PP shoulder, and I'll just add it here, and I'll create a new variable that would be speed, and we'll set it over the update. So organizing it a bit. So now that is good, and we'll attach the whole thing, and we'll create a new inputs folder for handling all the inputs part. We would be using the enhanced input part. We can create a new unpacking container. And in this we have to add some mappings. So we will create a input action and the underscore loop. So look, for this we'll add we would have to add the bindings. So we'll just say that this is a vector 2D, and same goes with this, the vector 2D. Save and save. We'll go back to IMC and add two mapping contexts. That would be look and IA move data. Look would be controlled by mouse, so mouse to the axis, and movement I'll control with WASD, so let's add those. For A, we'll have to add some modifiers. So first would be negate, because this would be a negative value, and we'll have to swivel the axis. So this basically flips the dimension. So if the thing was going horizontal, we'll just flip it to vertical. And in S also we'll use negate. In D also we'll have to add the swivel input axis. Then we can go into the player blueprint. I'll delete this. Begin play, I'll add get player controller. And in this player controller we have something known as enhanced input component subsystem. So yeah, that is it. And we'll add mapping context, and the mapping context must be the same that we created. Once that is done, it's quite easy now. Now we can add IA underscore look as well as IA underscore look. So for look, we'll just have to add two strings. I'll first of all break the vector, add pitch and yaw. So yaw would be controlled by X and pitch would be controlled by Y. And for movement also we'll have to add movement input. Same goes for this, I'll break this. And we'll get the forward vector. First of all, we need to get the rotation, get control rotation. We'll keep it into we'll first split the strings, get only the Z, that is the law. And for forward, we'll use by, and we'll again add this and get brighter. Flipping law. So we can compile and save this first of all, and then we'll have to create one component that is game mode this, which game underscore this. In game mode, we'll have to add a character as a default pawn class. That is find world settings. If you don't have this, go into this and like window and select world settings. Just add the game mode base, and when you play the game, we don't have a camera. So for this, you go to the camera and add spring arm component. Spring arm. So we can move it a bit up, and we'll make it a bit longer, 500. And in the spring arm, we'll add a camera. So what is that? And now you can see we are locked to the Z-axis, and the controls are also unlimited. So what I'll do, I'll first of all fix the controls. So X goes here, Y goes here. This obviously map to the input axis that we have added. You can change in the input axis directly, but for now we'll do it this way. So now the controls are at least working fine. Now the main thing is we are not able to switch the pitch input. So what we will do, we'll go into, for making the controls a bit more intuitive, what we have to do is go into pawn and uncheck all of these, and orient should be true. And in the spring arm, we need to check all of in the camera setting, we need to check all of these. So with that said, what happens is we get the controls like quite intuitive. Like if I move, if I'm seeing in some direction and then move, then the player orients itself in that direction. We are receiving an error whenever we are playing and exiting out. So basically it is saying that access none. It is for some reason playing this before the begin play. So what we can do is we can check if it is valid. If it is valid, and if it is valid, then do this, otherwise do that. And for sprinting logic, we just need to add one small input action, which would be this IA underscore sprint. And in sprint we can add Julia digital budget, that is correct. And then we go here, we can minimize this, add sprint and make it left shift. Then we go here and click IA underscore sprint, and then what we can do is on its start, I can take the character movement, I can set the max walk speed to 900. That is the same value that we have added in this. So this is like 900. So that's that. And on cancel or completed, we'll have the same thing. So now just copy paste, send this, and it goes here, set it to 600. So what it will do is, once you press the shift button, it sprints up, and once you release it, it starts off. That is quite sudden. You can add a lurk if you want. So yeah, we have a character which can move and the camera follows it, and if we start sprinting, it can sprint, it can move around, and it performs appropriate animations according to the particular creativity. So yeah, thank you so much for watching.